In the shadows he walks with a truth to unveil, speaking raw wisdom through the storm and the gale. Every harsh word, a dagger that cuts, he'll slice through the silence, breaking the ruts. No sugarcoating, no softening the blow. Had to say it, no holding back. Words like fire, igniting the track. Listen or leave it, your call tonight. Aaron's the storm, he's ready to fight. Voices echoing darkness, where honesty dwells. Aaron drops knowledge, casting his spells. Feelings are fading, lost in the fray. If you can't handle it, step out of the way. It's a bitter pill, but he's done being nice. Had to say it, no holding back. Words like fire, igniting the track. Listen or leave it, your call tonight. Aaron's the storm, he's ready to fight. It's a bitter pill, but he's done being nice. Had to say it, no holding back. Words like fire, igniting the track. Listen or leave it, your call tonight. Aaron's the storm, he's ready to fight. So brace yourself tight, prepare for the quake. Aaron had to say it, the truth won't break. Yeah, the truth won't break.
I had to say, or else it would just go unsaid. Yeah, I had to say, or else it would just go unsaid. If you didn't get it from me, you'd hear it from some new man instead. I may cuss and yell, but I know what I say is right. You know what, I will fucking yell, but I know what I say is right. So long as the world be fucking shit up, I'ma yell into this mic. Left or right, don't matter, I will call you on your shit. I said left or right, don't fucking matter, I will call you on your shit. If you decide that fucking up, the gorilla's gonna deal with it. Yeah, I had to say it, or else it will go unsaid. Yeah, I had to fucking say it, or else it will just go unsaid. If you didn't hear it yelled at the top of my lungs, you got fed a crock of shit instead. unfiltered, unfiltered mess. Spitting takes so raw, they'll make your grandma stress. Is this, that, and the other? Life, politics, the whole damn scene. Whatever crosses my mind, or whatever I saw on my screen. Ooh, movies to munchies, games to the grind. Interviews flowing, this is starting to sound like a date, ain't it? Dinner, drink, sports, wait, you buying. If not, life, tough politics, luck, my opinion still scene. Flying. Whatever. No script, no filter, just pure chaos bliss. I might offend your auntie or your therapist. Society's clown show, yeah, I'm ringing the bell. If it's stupid, it's sacred, well, it had to be said, what the hell? Buckle up, buttercup, the mic's getting reckless. I had to say it. Now, pass the tissue for the trigger.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of I Had to Say It. So we're going to start it out as we do by saying to Iceman, Jason, Javier, Fitz, McShane, El Jefe, El Devlin, El Morte, to the guys from the Weathered Soul Media Group, to Kate, the Duchess of New Jersey, to Boomer Bob, to Billy G, to Josh from New Hampshire, to the good folks at Clockham Craft Coffee, makers of the finest bean juice on this side of the fucking hemispheres, and to our most recent supporter, Lisa. Thank you guys for your continued support. It means the world to me. I don't know if anybody's actually watching this or not right now because I'm not 100% sure. I don't see the chat thing here. I've got the system up and running. I think I got the computer fixed. I have not reinstalled all the software yet, so I'm running on a bare bones skeleton system here. I had to reset up everything for the live stream. I think I got everything dialed in. I think everything's working. I can hear my voice through the fucking wall because Shauna's standing outside the door with her phone turned on. God bless you. Hey, honey. Thank you for listening. So anyway, I'm sitting here just being very curious as to whether or not this is actually going to work. I'm sitting here literally waiting for the thing to freeze up, but it doesn't seem to be doing that, so that's all good. If I refresh that, okay, now I can see the chat. I'm going to do my best not to get distracted by it. So anyway. So it's been another week. There's been a few things going on. The world's still fucking crazy. The World Cup's still going on. The United States did win its first match against Australia. It would have been really embarrassing for the U.S. to lose in the United States. So one thing that's been going on with that has been that there has been a plethora of Europeans, and you're seeing it all over social media, where all of these Europeans who thought they were going to come here and just hate everything about the United States, and they're just being overwhelmed by American culture. You know, all these people who've been told by the media and by their governments that Americans don't actually possess culture, and we're just a bunch of extremist Nazis, white supremacists, selfish motherfuckers, or whatever other nonsense their narratives are being told. And they've come here and they found out that most Americans are actually very welcoming and friendly, and they're being overwhelmed by things like portion sizes and free chips at Mexican restaurants and free refills on their sodas and fucking gas stations. Like, granted, the people I've seen that are overwhelmed by gas stations are generally going to Buc-ee's. And I mean, when you have a gas station that has 57 fucking pumps and has roughly the landmass of Rhode Island, yeah, it can be, I can see how it'd be a little overwhelming for somebody whose entire country fits into one of our smaller states. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to hold opinions. I'm here to be a kind, loving, warm, understanding soul who completely believes all the things that people want us to, and it's totally a good thing that I can't do it. Anyway, so all these Europeans are coming here. You're seeing posts all over social media of them talking about how Americans are friendly, Americans are welcoming, the portion size are phenomenal. My favorite one has been, like, over the last couple of years, I don't know if I don't necessarily think people see the same shit on social media that I see, but I've been seeing a lot of things about British people talking about how British heat is different than American heat, and Americans making fun of Brits for basically bursting into flames at 75 fucking degrees. And yes, I use freedom units, not Celsius. So you can, if you're in a Celsius area, you can do the math. I'm not doing it for you. But point being, there was like a whole thing with Europeans talking about how Americans don't understand real heat and British heat is different. And, you know, because in Europe, they don't have fucking air conditioning. But how do you like that? America was right, because like the British soccer team came over here and they had to do conditioning for like a week because they were all just falling out from the heat, and it's not even full summer yet. It's not even that fucking hot. And you've got all these Europeans that are coming over here basically bursting into flames because it's been in the 70s, and it's like, this isn't even a bad heat yet. I mean, yeah, if you go down to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, it's, you know, 90s, but still, it's at the point where we have British people who were complaining about, we don't know what real heat was like when they're at the temperature a lot of people in the north, at least, keep their houses set at. So it's not a case of we don't understand heat. It's a case of, oh wow, they really are actually a bunch of fucking pussies. So that's my thoughts on that. I mean, it's wonderful that America's reputation is being somewhat restored in the world by people actually coming over here and experiencing America, as opposed to just what they're being told on social media and what they're being told by the media and by the government and all the people who basically hate us and you know, want to see us fail, mostly out of petty jealousy. That's my general belief in a lot of things at this point. Anybody in the world, and this is actually going to tie into something else I want to talk about a little bit later, but anybody in the world that it is just hating on the U.S. without ever having been here, without ever having lived the experience, is probably on some level fundamentally jealous, because you have to have that dysfunctional of an understanding of a place and still be so massively judgmental about it. Like, you know, and people will say, well, Aaron, you're massively judgmental about Europe and about third world shitholes and all this other stuff. And yeah, well, see, it's not just based on what a bunch of people are telling me I should feel about the places. And have I been to these third world shitholes? No, I haven't. So yes, some of it may be biased based upon slightly ill-informed concepts and things like that. But I look more at the empirical evidence of nobody's fleeing the United States to go to those places. They're all coming here. So from a purely logical standpoint, this place must be better and that place must be a shithole. So, you know, checkmate. If your shithole is so fucking great, go back there. But you won't do that because it's a shithole and it doesn't provide you with the opportunities you're looking for. It doesn't provide you with the life that you have gotten accustomed to by being in this country that you take for fucking granted every day, and you try and turn into your little third world shithole. When you come here and you refuse to assimilate and you refuse to live according to American values and standards, and then you don't seem to understand that your shithole standards are part of the problem of the shithole you left to come to the good place, you can't change the good place into the shithole you left and expect it to stay the good place. I mean, it's really common sense. Now, the fact that a lot of these third world shitheads have, you know, sub 80 IQs means trying to explain something like that is probably lost on words. And, you know, people are going, oh my God, you're so racist for saying that. No, because I'm not tying it to any one particular race. I'm tying it to wide swaths of people who don't seem to understand the idea of you don't go to a good place and try and turn it into the shithole you left. It's really not that fucking complicated. If I'm like, I used to live in a really shitty apartment that flooded on a regular basis because the landlord was a fucking scumbag. And every time the weather got out of hand, the fucking power would go out, the fucking sump wells would go out, and next thing you know, we would have fucking water everywhere. And then, even worse, the fucking landlord was a cheap bastard who tried to fix plumbing himself without knowing what he was doing, didn't realize he had PVC main pipes, and ran a fucking industrial drain snake that wasn't made for PVC into the fucking sewer because the lady who lived above us had her toddler flush a fucking wash rag down the toilet and plug up the toilet, and trying to fix her problem because he was a creepy pervert who wanted to look at her ass or something. I mean, you know, single mother, decent looking broad, creepy fucker for a landlord. I'm sure there was no ulterior motive to the fact that when she said there was a problem, he jumped on it. Meanwhile, we were walking around with sewage water coming out of our walls for 2 fucking weeks because he was a piece of shit, and he kept saying, oh, well, I'm getting somebody to come in and fix it. And I wanted to turn him into the fucking health department, but for whatever reason, we never fucking did. I wish we would have. I wish that piece of shit would have gotten fucking fined by the city. But, you know, water under the bridge now, poop water as it may be, but water nonetheless. But, you know, I didn't leave that shitty basement apartment and then immediately go somewhere and start pissing on the fucking carpets because it didn't remind me of fucking home. And so you get these low IQ motherfuckers who are like, oh, well, I'm going to come to the United States, and then I expect them to live according to the standards of my third world shithole. Not elevate my own standards, but expect them to lower and accommodate so they can live in the same squalor and filth that I fucking fled. And it's stupid. And I hate those people. And if you think that makes me a racist, tell me which race I'm being specifically talking about. I'm talking about every single fucking migrant who has that fucking attitude. I don't care what country you came from. I don't care what fucking ideals you look like. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you sound like. I don't care what you fucking do. If you come here and you don't assimilate, fuck you. I don't care if you're fucking white Eastern European. I don't care if you're fucking, sand-dwelling fucking camel jockey. I don't care if you're a goat fucking asshole. I don't care. You assimilate or you get the fuck out. It's across the board. It's not a racial issue. It's a cultural issue. I don't want your shitty third world culture infecting my first world. The end. Oh, yes, I'm bigoted. I'm phobic. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, cry me a fucking river. All of those words have been used to the point where they've lost any fucking meaning because they only come out of the mouths of people that are too fucking stupid to understand what they're saying. It's a joke. It's pathetic. It's, this virtue signaling fucking white college liberal piece of shit talking point that I just don't care about anymore. It carries no weight with me. I refuse to give of myself unto people whose opinions I don't respect. And that's a thing. And I know I'm not the only person who's getting fed up with this shit because of something else that happened this last week. And it was a case in Scotland. There was a Scottish-born individual, a Scots, distant kinsman of mine, perhaps. I don't know. I am Scottish on my mother's side. I don't focus on that because, frankly, goddamn it, I'm American. I was born in Wisconsin. I'm as fucking, red, white, and blue, rah, rah, rah. But it's nice to know that the Scots, some of them still have a little bit of stones in them. And as you can probably tell from the last few weeks of episodes, I'm getting kind of fed up with shit. I mean, I've been getting fed up with shit for a long time, but I'm at the point where I'm getting significantly fucking fed up with things. I'm getting tired of the way I'm supposed to be. I have all the media and the liberals and the college educated retards that are out here telling me I have to feel bad for shit I had nothing to do. I have to feel guilty for things I wasn't involved in. I have to accommodate other people's shitty fucking beliefs because they don't know any better, or because, I have to be the bigger person and I have to accommodate these third world shitheads who want me to live according to their fucking standards. No, the fuck I don't. They're more than welcome to go back to their fucking shitholes. Oh, well, their lives are in danger if they go there. They're in jeopardy if they go. Then they should appreciate where they're at and fucking live accordingly. Again, it's not a complicated concept. But, yeah, some guy in Scotland took it to a much farther degree than my level of irritation. And he went out and started stabbing motherfuckers. After the report was released last week, depending on how you look at it, leaked or released, it was a report on the Pakistani rape gangs in London and in Britain and Europe in general, but this one was focused on the UK, and it documented 250,000 individual cases of rape, primarily by Pakistani roving rape gangs, and just as bad as the knock you down, drag you into an alley and rape you situation, they were also grooming young girls, taking them, degrading them, heaping just every fucking imaginable disgrace upon them, doing all sorts of rotten shit to them. Some of these guys were even quoted as saying, yeah, we're here to fuck white women because we're going to breed you guys out and within a generation we'll own this island. This is the shit that liberal retards will tell you have to accommodate because they don't know any better, and if you don't do it, you're a bigot and you're a phobe and you're all this other shit. Meanwhile, these people's stated goal is to actively breed you out of fucking existence. And if you allow that, you're a pathetic excuse of a human being. You are a failure as a person. You are a weak fucking seed. You are just soft-headed, soft-minded. And people are getting fed up with it. As events, now granted, this guy probably wasn't in the best case mentally, but like I said, he went around and started stabbing brown people. And, he was reacting to the news that was leaked that the 250,000 girls have been abused by these gangs over the last few years. And I'm sure the number's actually higher than that. I'm sure that's only the ones they have documented evidence of. And, I've read parts of the report. I haven't read the whole thing. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to, honestly, because the parts I've read are absolutely fucking horrific. I mean, literal nightmare fucking fuel. If you have anything resembling a soul, And it's not something I'm not encouraging people to go out and read it, but I'm also saying we can't ignore it, because you can't ignore evil and hope it fucking goes away. And I completely understand where this guy was coming from when he decided to go out and start stabbing fucking immigrants because they're destroying his home. And I feel like it's an outlier, but it might be an indicator too. These are the things, like, I know where I'm at personally. I know how fed up I'm fucking getting with the way the world is today. I know how tired I am of fucking suicidal empathy from the fucking leftist white motherfuckers. I'm tired of the fucking self-serving jagoffs out here who want to fucking, berate anybody who's not as stupid as they are and try and label them all kinds of hateful fucking terms, meanwhile accusing them of being the hateful ones without the slightest inkling of their own hypocrisy, because people are fucking retarded. And it's a case of these things keep going on, they keep happening, and we're going to see more of this shit. I'm not, lauding it. I'm not happy about it. It's not something I'm looking forward to seeing. It's objectively what I think is going to fucking happen. I think we are going to see more and more people lashing out at these third world shitheads that are coming over and trying to subsume their fucking way of life and their culture and their people. And it's a foreseeable consequence of the inaction of the fucking governments in these respective places. It's not as bad here yet, at any rate. I mean, they're still turning a blind eye to all kinds of fucking migrant crimes, and they're still turning a blind eye to all kinds of pedophilic shit in this country, but it's not to scale with what's going on in the UK right now. And the Irish are getting fed up, and they're out there lashing out because of the immigrant that tried cutting a guy's fucking head off. And they're telling these people, go the fuck home. You're no longer welcome here. You've overstayed your welcome. Get the fuck out. You're seeking asylum, but you're not behaving like someone who's actually afraid to go back where they came from, because you're trying to turn this place into the place you came from, because the suicidal empathy white motherfuckers are going to allow that to happen. And it's a thing that's... It's going to have second and third order consequences as far as that goes. I feel like, the guy in Scotland that was out there stabbing people, the people he was stabbing may have done nothing, but it is like I said, it's an outlier, but it's also an indicator of the direction the sentiment is moving. And if he was a brown guy that was out there stabbing people, every fucking leftist retard, including the ones in the government, would be opening their fucking cocklockers to be saying things like, oh, well, you don't understand what his mental state was like. You don't understand the pressures he was under. He didn't, his societal norms are being violated. So he didn't know you couldn't go out and try and cut a guy's head off for fucking being white on a Tuesday. All the other horse shit nonsense that they use to defend the fucking, invaders at this point. I mean, I refuse to call them immigrants at this point, because if you're an immigrant, you go to a place and you assimilate, you become part of the culture. You don't expect the culture to bow to you. You don't expect to subsume the culture and put your horseshit beliefs in its place. So at the end of the day, I don't see these people as refugees. I don't see them as asylum seekers. I see them as fucking invaders, because in a lot of ways, that's what they fucking are. They refuse to adapt. They refuse to adjust. They refuse to live the way of the place they've gone to. That you're not a fucking refugee. You're not an asylum seeker. You're a fucking colonizer. You're attempting to take over the fucking country that you're in without any cause or recourse. And you're using the legal system to do it. That's one of my biggest problems with every fucking retard that's out there right now screaming that anybody who says this guy did nothing wrong is Islamophobic. And you're a racist because you're Islamophobic. And to reiterate something I've said in the past, Islam is not a fucking race. You can't point to Islam on a fucking map. There are Islamic countries, but Islam itself is an ideology. It's a faith. It's a belief system. It's a structure. It's a system of control. It's an ideology, and it's incompatible with Western values. And any fucking retard who tells you different is either standing to benefit from its being put in place or fucking retarded. It's really not a complicated system of beliefs to understand. You sit down and read the Quran, and it basically says flat out, like, okay, yeah, Muhammad married his bride at 6 and consummated the relationship at 9. That's pedophilic shit. And, oh, well, times were different back then, and durka. I don't fucking care. And furthermore, if you go into the Quran, it talks about you can go out and you can pretend to believe what the fucking, all the haram shit, and as long as it's in the furtherment of pushing forth the message. So basically, at this point in my life, anybody who I see that professes to be of the Islamic faith but is not living according to those values because, we're westernized or any other horseshit, I don't buy it. I think you're fucking faking it till you make it. And there is an established pattern with these fucking people where they move into places, they cry victim until there's enough of them to be there and be the majority by force, to quash any fucking resistance. I mean, you can see the shit in like Dearborn, Michigan, and a couple other places in the U.S. now where we're renaming this, we're rewriting the street signs in Arabic because this is a primarily Islamic community now, and we're going to enforce Sharia law and all this other horse shit. Those are not the actions of people that are looking to immigrate. Those are not the actions of people that are looking to assimilate. Those are not the actions of people whose culture dictates they should go somewhere and be part of where they're at. That is the actions of a conquering ideology that is not going to work with Western values. And all the fucking retards out there using their free speech to try and stump for these fucking assholes because they have suicidal empathy because their college professor told them, well, on top of being a useless sack of shit, you have to feel a certain way because, colleges are no longer educational institutions. They're indoctrination facilities, and I refuse to believe different because nobody can point to one to prove to me otherwise. These fucking shitbird academics who have never contributed a realistically valuable thing to society in their entire godforsaken fucking lives are out there creating other fucking retards so they can make themselves feel more important, because when you have fucking brainwashed idiots repeating back the horse shit that you put into their fucking heads, and you're a weak, failed human being who's never actually created anything of real import or value, that makes you feel good. That makes you feel like you accomplished something, even though you're an actual objective fucking failure because your entire life has been in academia because you have no function in the real fucking world. You can't create, you can't produce. All you can do is generate other fucking retards that repeat and parrot your horse shit back, because if you actually taught kids how to think, they would realize you're a fucking retard. So you have to focus on teaching them what to think and what to feel and what to believe. Instead of teaching them analytical capabilities, you teach them to parrot horse shit back. And that's how you wind up with these retarded motherfuckers that are going to be out there, waving flags and banners as their fucking culture dies. And it's pathetic. It's a bunch of failure all across the board. And we're seeing the inevitable consequences of that. It starts out small. It starts out with one guy going around stabbing brown people. And then, the brown people react predictably with, even greater degrees of horrific horse shit that they've already been perpetrating. But now they're going to try and justify it, saying, well, he did it to us. Never mind the fact that y'all have been killing people in fucking the UK for years and facing practically zero repercussions because the fucking leftist horseshit government is so afraid of being branded racist because they're fucking stupid and they drank the fucking Kool-Aid too. They bought into the narrative that the fucking lies matter. And, oh my God, I'm going to be called something hurtful by somebody who I shouldn't even fucking respect. But, again, suicidal empathy and fucking white guilt is going to be the downfall of Western civilization. If it's not the actual invading fucking hordes, because, again, you have sub-80 IQ third world shitheads. Realistically, if you get a few just, average fucking Joes with enough spine and enough gumption, you could turn back mobs of them just through having more sense than them, But that's unfortunately not the world we live in these days. And it's just how things seem to be going. It's brutal. Things are going to get nasty out there. I really believe that. And if you need any kind of evidence to look at, to point to and say, hey, Aaron, you might actually be right about this, you can look at the way the fucking current leftist retards in the United States are acting. Like, we talked a little bit about Donnie's fucking brouhaha for the 250 and his birthday and Flag Day and all that other shit with the UFC fight at the White House, and that's all well and good. And one of the fucking talking points the liberal retards are sticking on now is the reflecting pool. He had it drained and resealed and fixed, and to make it look not shitty. And then there was algae in the pipes, so the algae got into the water and the water turned green again. It was blue for like 2 days. And then some of the liner in it got a little fucked up or something. I mean, you hear varying reports depending on which kind of news source you want to believe. Part of it is the contractor did a shit job and the liner started peeling away. The other part of it is the fucking pool's being actively sabotaged by retards. I don't actually have a problem believing either possibility. I think it could actually be both. I think the contractor might have done a shit job trying to rush things and might have cut corners, and part of the liner started peeling away. Sometimes shit just happens with things like that. It was a huge project. The fucking reflecting pool has literally never been well constructed. It's been leaking for decades. And it's just a case of it's the government. Why fix something? They just kept pumping water into it and letting the water leak out. And, yes, it was stagnant and green and fucking nasty. And then we have fucking retards sitting there saying, oh, well, you're putting all these chemicals in and it's going to kill the ducks and it's going to do this and it's going to do that. Like, they were pumping hydrogen peroxide into it to try and kill the algae blooms, which, hydrogen peroxide, to put it in the concentrations that would need to kill actual, like, evolved species as opposed to algae, it would be so much liquid to actually do it. You're not going to kill the fucking ducks. And hydrogen peroxide breaks down quickly. And when it breaks down, it turns into water and air. Holy shit. You get H2O and O. It's two things that are very beneficial for people. So the fucking retards, and then, there's liberals out there now. They're out there protesting on behalf of the algae, which is fucking retarded. And then there's people out there actively trying to sabotage the reflecting pool, like pulling up pieces of the liner where they see seams and stuff. And now, one thing I think is fucking hilarious is the Park Service has apparently started having people in plainclothes officers strolling around the pool, and if they see somebody doing something, they start chatting to them, and then all of a sudden another officer comes over and arrests them, which I think is hilarious because, again, you got these granola eating college fucks that are like, oh my god, I'll show him, and that gets to kind of what the other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is these absolute jackasses who seem to think that they are, proving anything. Like, oh my God, I'll show them. I'll destroy this. Like, every fucking last one of these assholes on the left that is constantly rooting, like, they want to see the fucking Orange Jesus fail. And they don't care if the fucking world burns as long as they can say he fucked up. Now, when fucking Sleepy was being puppeted through fucking office, I hated every fucking day that asshole was in office. I thought he was a fucking piece of shit. I thought he was a piece of shit before he became a fucking president. I thought he was a piece of shit when he was a senator. I thought he was a piece of shit when he was passing the fucking crime bill in fucking the 90s. He's always been a piece of shit. My thought about him never fucking once changed. I never once said, I hope this policy blows up in his face and ends the fucking country. Now, honestly, I feel like that's what his handlers were going for. So realistically, if it would, that mean, I guess I would have been pulling for his way to work. But I've never wished failure on anybody I didn't agree with at that level, because that would doom us fucking all. And anybody with more than a room temperature IQ can understand that really basic concept. But you've got these assholes up to and including elected officials literally actively cheering for this motherfucker to fail so they can I told you so and point to that and say, oh, look, he fucked up. Oh, the world's on fire, but it's his fault, so that makes it okay. Fucking morons. Absolute fucking retards. I can't stand any of them. They're all fucking idiots. And they all have a platform, they all have a voice, and they all fucking suck. It's just, it's infuriating to me. And, yeah, that's really kind of all I got today. I don't have anything going on. I got nobody in the chat. I got nobody telling me that I forgot something. I got nobody pointing out things that I probably should be talking about. And I've been very busy between my jobs, where I have, like I said, I've been paying attention to the big things. I haven't been paying attention to the little shit. I feel like the show's been deteriorating the last few weeks between all the technical problems I've been having and all my personal fucking exhaustion creeping into life. And I apologize. I feel like you guys deserve better than that. For the tens of you that have stuck with me through all these fucking years, I've absolutely no, aspirations or beliefs that this show's ever going to blow up or take off. This is just me bullshitting with my friends as far as I'm concerned. Um, I'm never going to go viral. I'm never going to get famous. I'm never going to be able to quit my job and do this shit full time. It's not in the fucking cards. I don't have the inclination to do what it would probably take to make this show successful and famous. So I say that to say I apologize for not bringing you guys the degree of vitriol you're used to. I apologize for not being as informed about what's going on in the world these days. And I'm sorry I forgot to fucking pull a recipe again today because, like I said, I'm fucking tired. That's one thing that hasn't changed in the last few weeks. I think I got the computer fixed. I think I got the sound is all right, I hope. I'll have to wait for playback to find out. And, my wife and the one other person that's actually watching this, I don't know who it is because it's somebody who hasn't felt the need to contribute anything. Thanks for watching the live stream, I guess. But like I said, I really feel like, I feel like you guys deserve better than what you're getting out of me. I'm not now. This may sound kind of morose, but this is not like hey, this is my last show episode or anything like that. It's not a case of me. I'm not saying I'm gonna hang it up or anything anytime soon because I have no intention of doing that. I'm just kind of apologizing because I feel like I haven't been delivering what you guys have come to expect. And like I said, I appreciate the fuck out of the 10 or so people that listen to this show every fucking week, and I feel like you guys deserve a little bit better than what you're getting, and I apologize for that. So, that being said, I think I am actually going to put a pin in it. I got nothing else. I got no good rants lined up. I got nothing that's going to, strike a chord with anybody. And like I said, as far as I can tell, the only person watching is Shauna. So, I guess for now, I'm going to put a pin in it and say that's what I had to say. Why did that not work? Okay.